Tonight on DC News Now at 5, a strange tip on a local radio show.
Dude, you found a dead body? Yes.
The bizarre story and the latest in the investigation.
Plus, showers on the way. Meteorologist Scott Sumner is tracking when storms move in.
And DC is changing how people cast their ballots at the polls. The latest on its implementation of ranked choice voting.
Then the holidays have officially rolled into DC. The White House Christmas tree arriving today, bringing the first big dose of festive cheer to Pennsylvania Avenue.
It's officially go time for holiday shopping. Black Friday deals are already dropping.
Set your price of what you want to spend. Have a very specific list.
We're stretching your dollar on how to make the most of those deals.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
And thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 5. I'm Mark Hall.
And I'm Randy Bass. Annalisa Gale has the evening off.
All right, let's get over to meteorologist Scott Summer with a first look at our forecast. Scott, not a bad way to kick off the week.
Absolutely, Mark and Randy. Yeah, it's starting off pretty nice there with some sunshine. We're going to filter in some clouds throughout the remainder of what's left of the daylight hours, and we'll call it partly cloudy or increasing clouds overnight. But it's going to remain dry here in the DMV. Right now, we have a double nickel 55, mostly cloudy skies as we look towards Reagan National, which will be hopping here over the next couple of days. And as far as the temperatures, they're not going to be hopping too much here in the short term, but boy, they're going to get really hot, well, warm. Hot's a relative term. They're going to get really warm as we get into Wednesday. But as we get into Tuesday, kind of the status quo of what we had today, we'll drop down into the 40s, so not as chilly tonight as we had over the weekend, and then we'll top out roughly in the upper 50s for tomorrow afternoon with the clouds and showers around. Right now we have high pressure and control, but off to the west, those where you see Memphis and Nashville, all that rain out that way is headed in our direction. So we'll arrive here, like I said, once we get in towards your, well, afternoon tomorrow here in D.C., but out towards the mountains in Garrett County, possibly in Maryland there, could see some rain as early as 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, some light showers there. But for tonight's forecast, mostly cloudy here in D.C. Temperatures at 7 o'clock, 47, at midnight, 42, and at 5 a.m., 42 degrees. All right, that's it for tonight's forecast. Stick around. I got your 7-day forecast coming up in just a bit.
All right, Scott, thank you. Developing tonight, new sound from a disturbing call to a local radio station after a man said he found a dead body.
Yes, Frederick City Police now investigating, saying they found that body on Friday. DC News Now's Dave Laval joins us from where police reportedly found that body. And Dave, this story, it really is just bizarre.
Well, good evening to you, Randy and Mark. To say that it's unusual, strange, throw in any adjective you want. Right now, here's what we do know. Witnesses say the police found the body in a wooded area close to the roundabout where we're standing on East South Street, close to Monocacy Boulevard. But instead of calling police, that person decided to take to the airwaves. The caller, who only identified himself as Joseph, called Elliot in the morning show last Friday. He then told the host he emailed them photos of a body he found near a campsite earlier this month. Joseph said he found the body 18 days earlier. When Joseph said he had not called police, the hosts urged him to do so.
Tell me you called the police.
Probably today. I had a dream last night that I called them. So, yeah, no, not yet.
Dude, call the cops.
You see a dead body, you call the authorities, I would think. That's just my thought. I mean, yeah, you panic a little bit first.
Investigators are still working to identify the victim and determine how that person died. You're asked to contact Frederick Police if you have any information. We're live in Frederick, Maryland. Dave Laval, DC News Now.
All right, Dave, thank you. An investigation continues in Montgomery County. Police say that someone was killed last night in a crash on Cherry Hill Road. Happened around 10 p.m. and police say that a Toyota sedan had flipped And they were able to pull the driver out, but the driver died before paramedics arrived. No word on what led up to the crash. Meantime, police in Prince William County.
Yes, they tell us a 4-year-old's father is being charged after the boy got access to a gun and fired it. That man is being identified as 26-year-old Gerardo Mejia. It happened on Saturday on Town Square Court off Richmond Highway in Dumfries, Virginia. Police say the child found an unsecured firearm inside a closet. That gun went off and hit the child in the leg. They were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Mejia is being charged with allowing a child access to a gun.
2 Texas men indicted for a plot to invade a Haitian island and then enslave the women and children there. One of them was an airman with plans to get his assignment changed to Joint Base Andrews to fulfill the plan.
Yes, DC News Now's Liberty Simmons tells us they were allegedly trying to recruit people experiencing homelessness in DC to be part of that scheme.
Such a bizarre case, and the 2 men are in their early 20s, and they are accused of planning to buy a sailboat, guns and ammunition, and recruit members of the homeless population right here in D.C. to try to invade the island of Ghanav.
Oh, Lord have mercy. It's just crazy. What were they thinking?
Federal prosecutors say 21-year-old Gavin Weisenberg and 20-year-old Tanner Thomas of Texas plotted to invade a Haitian island and turn its women and children into their sex slaves.
Crazy, but also so founded on, white supremacist ideology that they can think that they can take over a country, having these, of course, what are clearly racist fantasies of controlling this nation.
They are being charged with conspiracy to murder, maim, or kidnap in a foreign country and production of child pornography. Prosecutors say the 2 aim to recruit homeless people in D.C. to act as mercenaries.
They don't deserve that. No. We have wonderful homeless people here, and I cannot believe that they were trying to go after them.
Prosecutors say from August of last year till July 2025, Weisenberg and Thomas took several steps to further their plan, including making operational and logistical plans, learning the Haitian Creole language, and recruiting others to join them. Thomas even enlisted in the U.S. Air Force to acquire military skills relevant to the invasion plan.
They really thought about it. They really did. Honestly, I'm so glad they got figured out, though.
DC News Now reached out to the attorneys representing both. Thomas's attorney released a statement saying, in part, the government has not yet provided the alleged evidence that they used to bring this case forward, but once we receive it, we will be defending his case vigorously. Weisenberg and Thomas face up to life in federal prison. We did reach out to Joint Base Andrews and have yet to hear back. Liberty Simmons, DC News Now.
All right, Liberty, thank you. Developing tonight, the boilers at a high school shut down after people said they smelled gas. The Montgomery County fire crews say that they got a call around 8 this morning at Wooten High School. Well, they called Washington Gas, who traced the smell to the boiler room. They shut the boilers down until inspection can be completed. We reached out to the school, Montgomery County Fire and Washington Gas, for an update. We've not heard back.
And taking a live look at the Kennedy Center, where in just under 2 weeks, the venue will host the 2026 FIFA World Cup draw. The big event happening next Friday, December 5th. The Kennedy Center says it will receive about $7.4 million in funding from FIFA and other sponsors. The funding comes as Senate Democrats questioned spending and management practices by Kennedy Center leadership after it was revealed FIFA was using the space at no cost. The Kennedy Center's president said FIFA paid several $1 million as a sponsor instead of participating in a traditional rental agreement.
All right, well, check this out. The holidays have officially arrived at the White House. The official White House Christmas tree making its grand entrance today. The tree is a white fir from a farm in Michigan. It arrived, you see the First Lady there, it arrived in a horse-drawn carriage by 2 Clydesdales named Logan and Ben. The 18.5-foot tree will be on display in the Blue Room ahead of 5:30. We have more details on the tree delivery.
DC News Now is your local election headquarters. In less than 7 months, DC voters will once again head to the ballot box, but the ballots, they'll be a bit different than usual this time.
Yeah, for the first time, voters in DC will have used what they call ranked choice voting. It's an election process that allows people to rank their top candidates for each open position.
Yes, DC News Now's Marielle Carbone is live at the Wilson Building. And Marielle, today, the Board of Elections giving us a rundown on how ranked choice voting will work.
Yeah, Randy, the Board of Elections says that it will be rolling this out, implementing it for the June 2026 primary, but the plans aren't entirely finalized yet, and that is why some D.C. council members are skeptical, really pushing back on if the Board of Elections has the time, the resources, and the funding to make this happen.
We're not making a small change here. We're changing the way individuals vote in the District of Columbia.
Which is why D.C. council members want to make sure it's done correctly.
Do you have sufficient resources to implement ranked choice voting?
I mean, it's hard to give a yes or no. More time, more money means more touch points.
And Monica Evans is the director of the D.C. Board of Elections. She says her team has been working diligently to implement ranked choice voting, from voter education.
We will take mock ballots and voting equipment into communities. We will also make informational materials available
to assessing challenges.
Vote times will also increase. Final election results may be delayed in contests subject to RCV.
Under the ranked choice voting system, voters will rank up to 5 candidates. If no candidate gets 50% of the votes, the person with the least amount of votes is eliminated. That candidate's votes are redirected to the voter's second ranked choice. The process is repeated until one candidate reaches 50%.
Right now, we are having folks on the council who are getting in with what I call a sliver of the vote, 25%.
Lisa Rice, CEO and co-founder of Grow Democracy DC, feels confident about the rollout.
People who are opponents to change want to make this sound complicated. Every adult makes ranking decisions, whether it's what they wear or when they go to a restaurant and what they're going to order on the menu.
Now, some of the plans that still need to be finalized include the audit procedure, if one is necessary, and things like the size, the shape, and the designs of the ballots. Now, Mark and Randy, at the end of today's hearing, there was some council members questioning whether the rollout should be delayed. That would require an amendment to legislation here by D.C. Council and then a favorable vote to do so. At this point, that has not happened yet. Reporting it live from the Wilson Building, I'm Marielle Carbone, D.C. News Now.
All right, Marielle, thank you. In Montgomery County, there's plans to transform the closed Lake Forest Mall and redevelop the transit center there. Leaders announced today that the mall, which closed in 2023, will turn into a mixed-use development that includes housing, entertainment, retail, and green space. They say that the new transit center there will be 3 times the size of the current one and will help get passengers to their destinations more efficiently.
This is what progress looks like when government, community, and private partners come together. We are honoring Lake Forest's legacy while preparing for a future that is more connected.
MCDOT officials say that the transit center is in the design phase and there was no date given when construction on the project will begin.